All right, guys. Going live a few minutes early. Might end a few minutes early as well. See if this next half caffeinated coffee will get rid of my headache. If not, we'll see how long I stay on tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Don't have any music playing or anything like that at the moment. We'll hop in the game in a few minutes, I think. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I can get some music going in the background. The playlist bookmark. Let's see how loud it is. I think it's all right volume. Cool. I just grabbed latest, so I'll have to wait for a second for the editor to update, and then we'll pop in. It'll pop up behind us here. Anyways, just want to thank you guys again for all of the comments, all the likes, all the support on YouTube. And yeah, keep subscribing. That's nice of you. And well, happy Friday, Costanza. How are you doing? Gonna be off to a reasonably chill start. Let's see if I can get into game. Tired, headache. Whew. All that stuff going on. It is 7:40 p.m. in Germany right now. And like I said, as my coffee cools down a little bit, we'll see if that does the trick. Spent time today working on... Well, a lot of my time today was actually... Work time was spent just tackling some Wood Elf lore. So, gotta get some stuff in place to help us be prepared for doing newbie quests and things like that within Evershade. Phelan draw the city, which is sitting right above Evershade, wield the zone. Code and Caffeine says, hey is all, trying out Quinfall at the moment. They really should have had an open beta. Server lag at the wazoo. Quinfall, is that the one that's out of Turkey by chance? I think it's a Turkish developer. Importing assets, Unity says. Hold on. It's importing assets. And we've got a little bar down here doing the thingy. It's the one that had all the drama because they used Unity assets in the beginning. Is that the one? I think Asmon or somebody was talking about it. They'd used some Unity assets, but they had a previous MMO that actually did pretty well. Had a lot of functionality stuff that looked different. I forget, like kind of ARPG-ish or something. Hey, Vibro. Rob Grave. What's going on? I'll have to put the call out later, see if we got any mechanical engineers out there. What's up, Chad Solo? It's still updating the asset search index according to this little progress meter down here in the bottom right of your screen. What's up, Quixana? Dozakar? Importing assets. Ishwitai, moin moin. Wie geht? Yeah, if you look right down here at the bottom, there's no progress up here, but down here you see a little blue progress bar. Hey Florine, Happy New Year. Just waiting for, oh, it's updating there. Oh, it's doing everything all at once. It's done. Oh, the music's loud as hell, huh? Is that better? Hey, Keith. What's up, Cromlech? I want to get another team playtest going soon. That was a lot of fun. It's a good use of 3 to 5 hours. Hey, Zoidberg. And before you guys ask, we've got so much new stuff going on right now that we'll definitely, it'll be a tiny bit, hopefully not forever, but it'll be a tiny bit before we have our next playtest. We just got so much stuff. I'd actually be excited to see if we get the stuff that Keith's working on right now. Or was just asking about. I don't know if you're actually working on it, Keith. Sorry. Don't want to overcommit you. But the stuff we were just talking about with regards to the chat window. If that's in before the next playtest as well, I'd be very curious to see how that affects people's understanding of like quests and their appreciation of the mud actions and stuff. I think that'd be cool. I think that'll be a big one. Been talking about it forever. I think that came up year 1 even. Badass. Like I said, for those of you just rolling in, I've had a headache the last half of the day. I think maybe I used my brain too much earlier in the day. I've had a headache and just kind of, I'm done. It's Friday. I mean, not that I'm not going to be working tomorrow and the next day, but still, it's Friday. Done working out for the week. Got work done this week. So I may not stay on super late tonight, but we'll see. See, did this even load his own? I'm just sitting back here chilling. Like shit's just not even doing anything. Oh no. Loading subzones? Alright, if you say so. The bar down at the bottom, you can't see it, I'm hiding it. It says loading subzones, we'll see. Zoidberg says, all good. I'm entranced right now by Valheim. I just started up a new Valheim. Thanks for a reminder. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to pretend like I'm sick, log out early tonight, and go play some Valheim. Ollie's got a new server up. Play Valheim on stream. Hey Migs, what's going on? Varo says the face when you work a normal human job and work from home and for yourself, but Fridays still feel like Fridays, but you realize tomorrow you're working anyway. I mean, for me, it's fun just because, I mean, it's work, but it's always it's just fun. What's on the plate today? Potentially loading into a zone. Oh, it's happening. Just give it enough time. Editor's being a little weh. One day we'll add more feedback to that loading screen. Oh, you mean like a progress meter or something? A little something's happening in the background. Yeah, I'm fortunate. At least I can look over here and see what's going on. Oh. I guess I pushed the stop button at some point. It just took a while to catch up. Let's try this one more time. It's updating asset search index again. Importing assets. You guys have big plans for the weekend? Besides playing Valheim? Hey John, what's going on, dude? Lorraine says, split my time between Ashes of Creation and Pantheon. Nice. How do you usually do that? Like how much, how do you split your time when you say that? Loading circle of dot next to loading animated. Few streamer campaigns about it. You mean people that stream want that to be the case so they know what's going on, or? One more try. John said big plans is going to look at a piece of land with big potential tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's exciting. That's super exciting. Well, fingers crossed for you. Or in Germany, they press their thumbs. We'll do that. Quicksana's hosting a board game party tomorrow. Which board games? Anything in your log window, any errors? Nope. It says start loading zone. So that's all it's telling me so far. Not seeing any errors or anything. Florian says, in reference to splitting time between Ashes of Creation and Pantheon, I usually just play till I get bored in one game and then move to the other. What's the point where you get bored though? Is there a catalyst? Is it you've just leveled a bit and you're like, I don't want to grind to the next level? Or what's your catalyst for being bored? My green screen's acting funky today. Is that any better? Oops, that's not better at all. Oh, Viro says I manage a few streamers is the easiest way to explain it. Oh, and they have that request. Lorraine says, Ashes, it's difficult because it being so early on that sometimes glitches get aggravating. All right. What's your craziest glitch so far? Quickstana says bunch of them, but trying out the new Dark Tower remake and some D&D ones. Interesting. D&D board D&D board games? It is now loading subzones, it says, so we're getting there. We'll eventually get in. Hey, Dark Inside, what's going on, buddy? Lauren says, last night my wife and I were playing and my hair was 6 feet over my head. That's an interesting bug. Byro says, yeah, some larger Path of Exile 2, Path of Exile streamers run advertisement campaigns for sponsors, large events for both games, etc. Oh, right on. Well, hopefully you're not judging my stream too harshly. I'm not a pro streamer, nor do I aspire to be. What's up, Swanee? Quicksana said, yep, they are co-op board games against the enemies and boss at the end. Oh, right on. I'm so out of the loop on D&D stuff. I only reference like old D&D stuff. I'm always digging into old D&D stuff, but new stuff, not as familiar with. Dark Inside said, I got work tonight, just playing some Cyberpunk right now till I gotta go to work. Cyberpunk is on my list. I think I'm gonna wait until I get a better computer. My computer's so janky. I would love to play Cyberpunk with some nice mods. And eventually I want to sit down and actually play Cyberpunk. Lyra says, nah, I've been watching for years. You're fine. This is chill space. It may be chill, but the production values are a little booty. All right, I'm going to go check some of Eric's work. Ollie says, I've been playing on Stream Deck. You'll be fine. I think the other thing is, like, I don't want to buy a console. There's no way I'm paying Jeff Healy. That is hilarious. There's no way I'm going to pay PS5 money, right? Like, I just won't. I don't have that kind of cash at the moment. But I kind of wish I wish I had Cyberpunk and Elden Ring on the console, so I could sit in the living room while Jasmine's like knitting or sewing or something and kind of be near her and not sitting at my desk, because I'm sitting in this chair so much that when it comes time to like maybe have some time off, I don't want to sit in the chair. You know what I mean? Maybe I should just get a Steam Deck, I guess. There's value to Scuff, you know, comes off a certain way, not overproduced. We are not overproduced. We are not an overproduced product, and definitely not an overproduced stream. What's up, Bill? Bill, before you do any prop work in the Putrid Oasis, hit me up and let's talk about it. If it doesn't get done before that for you. Florian says, other bugs are a fault of the world. WASD keys don't work. Just weird little things that get it. I don't understand why they have those bugs. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not picking on them. I just don't understand why they have those bugs. That's a big team. What's up, Death Rider? So, False King says, hi, Sean. This is totally random, but I see you did some work on EQ. I played a lot from 1999 to 2005, and I'd say this was the most fun I ever had in gaming in my life. Whatever work you contributed to EQ, just wanted to say thank you for playing a role in my prime gaming years. Monsters and Memories looking great. Looking forward to playing it. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, I was there like I was in the company from like 2000, 2011, but I was on EQ like 2000-ish to 2004. So I'm glad you enjoyed that period. And I'm glad you're amped on Monsters and Memories. Coming together. We got a lot of work to do this year, but we'll get there. I'm excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. I didn't even realize there was a Ninja Gaiden 4. Hey, Eric. I'm just reading right now. Eric added some new mud actions in, and I figure why not use the time now to get caught up on them. Dark Inside said I'd be excited for Eminem if I had a tinfoil hat as a faction reward for doing some faction quest lines. I cannot promise you the tinfoil hat. I would like to make it happen in some way, but I think it may break the fourth wall too much. Eric, are you listening? I'd say with that one, I just realized, and you guys just ignore my FPS for now. Let's just pretend like my FPS is better. I think. Let me hit it again. The well-trodden path diverges in all directions, heading east through Night Harbor's western gate, north towards the auxiliary gate, and to the south stands a heavily fortified garrison gate. I would probably leave it there. Because then you've got, while the path to the west ventures, I would just provide that information later, right? Because it's on the other side of the city even. So I would tighten it up to just be what you've got, and then stop at Garrison Gate. What's up, Enoch? Do you have popcorn while working? I don't have popcorn while working. There's two more near the Aux Gate and the Garrison Gate. Yeah, I saw this one. So Night Harbor, the gates of Night Harbor loom overhead, bathed in the bright sunlight. I'm assuming it's conditional, right? So it's probably something else at night. Travelers filter in and out seeking refuge. The thing I would say with these and all of our mud actions, the descriptions, and I know you'll find some old ones. This may be one of the old ones. The person that was working on the mud actions previously did some of them. Made a lot of reference to individuals that wasn't there, or that weren't there. And that was a bit of feedback that I had in the past was I think it's preferable. It's preferable to only mention individuals in the mud action if we're fairly certain. Yeah, cool. So if you see those, you'll find some more in the city. Wow. I probably should have restarted my machine before kicking off the stream. I might restart the editor. Because this whole like 2 frames a minute thing is frame rate's gotten a little bit worse since we've upgraded to Unity 6 and started messing with some of the lighting, but it's not that worse in the editor. In the client, it hasn't been too bad at all. I do think the castle needs something like trim or something at bottom walls. Looks like all of the textures. Every single texture you see in here is placeholder. Every single texture you see in here is placeholder dark inside. We're having a conversation about how to get that wrapped up, like the first big texture pass. We're having that conversation right now. So you're literally just looking at placeholder stuff. Literally. Were there any others? So the one that I just looked at, Eric, looks good with that one change. Are there any others I should look at? I'm near the auxiliary gate. I think we switched from auxiliary to caravan. Now that I see it. No, I'm on performance now, Ollie. Or was on recommended. The rub action will definitely be used appropriate at all times. Yeah, especially if we get the ability to engage with mud actions with NPCs. If you get too close to the gate, it triggers that gate one, so a little ways from the gate. Okay. Does the naming of things like a snake originate from something other than EQ? EQ is what I remember it from. Hershey Crisp, thank you for the follow 3 minutes ago. I didn't even hear that pop in. Curio Tail, thank you for the follow as well. Hershey says, first time seeing this game, but I've heard good things. Look forward to watching development process. Hey, thank you. Where did you hear about us from? Like, where do you come from? Okay, Weltron path leads east through the auxiliary gate, south towards the western gate. North to the north stand the city's fortification, while the west to the west stretch the crumbling desert ruins. I like it. I think that'll be helpful. Now the main people that can't seem to figure out like their bearings probably won't figure out mud actions either. But we'll see. Maybe someone will tell them just to hit the look button. Hershey says, been playing a lot of Pantheon lately and watching a streamer named Primus MMO who speaks highly of monsters and memories. Hey, thank you, Primus. Appreciate the support. All right, then how did you wind up at Pantheon? I'm going to try to track back your origins. I should probably fix up my... I wish there was a way that the UI didn't get all discombobulated when I go into like partial scene view or whatever. For those of you that may be new here, I'll repeat what I was just saying. All of the textures that you're looking at in here, consider it kind of a form of gray box. We've just, if you watch anything on the like origins of this project's development, we just immediately started using self-made placeholder assets. We didn't want to get anything like Unity store assets and shit like that. So we just started simple and have evolved and evolved as we've added real artists to the team and all that shit over the years. And we are currently in an iteration where we're pretty happy with our geo. We've had these placeholder textures for a long time, and we're working through our actual more final textures that we'll be using for early access. So hey, thanks, Enoch. It's amazing how this is transpiring. Project 1999 has seen an uptick in new players due to Pantheon. So is Eminem, who says you can't go home. Yeah, I think it's great. At the end of the day, we're all competing for your time and maybe your money, but I swear this is different now. Maybe not. But it's extremely encouraging to see, you know, people hopping into the various games and stuff. Trolls are not expected to be in for early access. And unless I'm forgetting something on the schedule, but slash look. Night Harbor, the gates of Night Harbor loom overhead. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry. Motron path stretches out through the garrison gate and north towards the western gate. To the east lies the stables. To the west, the vast deserts of Zur. No, Eric, I like these. We are on Unity 6, yes. So Hershey said, my dad let me make a half-elf druid in EQ in 99 when I was 4 years old. Been trying to find that magic feeling ever since and tried all different MMOs and saw Pantheon release in early access. Bought it as an early birthday present to myself about a month ago. Hey, happy birthday. I'm glad that glad you treated yourself. I hope you're having fun. Those of you that were here Wednesday, if you watch me do take forever to do 5 minutes worth of work on mud actions, I will give you a spoiler. A quest, I've changed it, and a quest now starts there. So, and good luck with that one. It is it's a bit obscure. It gets you're gonna start that quest, and you're gonna make progress on that quest, and you're gonna be like, yeah, so smart. And then it's just gonna flatline, and you're gonna go, what? What just happened here? What kind of bullshit quest is this? If you're new to the stream, I do use dirty words sometimes. Apologies, earmuffs. What? Zukin's been playing Helldivers on stream? What? So Hershey, when's your birthday? Mine's next month. No, wait, mine's the month after next. Dukin said I might as well start streaming it with all the sick moves I have. Zukin. I really wanted to play that game. I have not made the time for it. Dargit said Sean implementing bullshit experiences since the early 2000s. Basically a calling card. What can I say? Funny, that would be nice of you. Guys, I am super tired. I apologize. Ugh, I need to go explore. I need to go explore some work that was just done. That's in progress. Tucklestees says, I'm doing Shaman Epic Quest right now on P99. It's crazy how anybody ever figured it out, right? But that's kind of fun, right? Oh my gosh, guys. Please forgive my frame rate. First, she said my 30th was on December 23rd. Oh, badass, youngin. Pantheon might not be my be-all end-all MMO home, but it's nice to get back. Get the love back for MMOs for sure. Thought I lost the passion for MMO genre a while back. Turns out just miss old school grind and feel to MMOs. Oh, that is awesome to hear. Hopefully, you know, hopefully it does right by you. You enjoy it. Get your grind on, and then pop into the occasional play test here, and then we'll eventually get you in here. The year is gonna fly by. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I spent most of my day today just thinking through and working on Wood Elf stuff, to be honest with you. We got the zone coming up. It's being worked on right now. And I just got to get like lore and stuff ready for the factions and just be ready to get some of the newbie content in. First, she said, was browsing Eminem site and saw the concept art for Deep Dwarves. What a really unique look for a race. Love it. Right on. Glad you like it. Yeah. Goblin. So on the concept art side, Goblins really pushed us into some interesting territory with some of the player character designs. It's good stuff. We got a lot of population work to do up in this district now. I go to bed thinking about the fact that I've got a lot of writing to do. And these districts right here are on my mind. When I wake up, when I go to bed, when I'm showering, when I'm pooping. Not in that order usually. So a lot of stuff gonna have to come in here. Ollie, at what point do you tap out? Like, at what point do you think, man, we've got the zone's gonna have to be split. We have too many NPCs. Because I think we're at like 2,000 entities. And if I had to guess, I wouldn't be shocked if another 700 or 800 NPCs go in. But Hershey, thank you for the reminder. We need to update our website. A lot of old concept art and stuff that needs to get. The concept art's typically pretty evergreen. It's good, but some of the other stuff needs to get moved around. Make sure I'm not missing anything in Slack. Saw some update. When Ether freezes over. How about when my editor freezes over, Ollie? Ollie works miracles. There's no upper limit. Look, Dargith, your little little ray of sunshine tonight. Deep Dwarf had me wondering how much originality you can really see on them. What do you mean, like in terms of customization or whatever? My editor is frozen up, Ollie. Something broke. Must be rewarding. He's also going to be building a world you can truly lose yourself in. You know what? Yeah. It is both of those things. Ollie doesn't want to split the zone because he wants you to be able to stand here and just see everybody running around. Do I smell burning? I thought I was smelling burning earlier today. Like I said, I've been fighting a headache all day. Do I need to switch? Yeah, I probably need to switch accounts. The music will stop cutting off in the background. Speaking of weird effects, when we get to the Deep Elf City, sorry, the Deep Gnome City, it's gonna be, we want to do some trippy stuff in the Deep Gnome City, especially if you're not a Deep Gnome. It could be that if you're a Deep Gnome, it's not all crazy, but there's a lot of weird stuff that we want to do in the Deep Gnome City if you're not a Deep Gnome. Be like, are you freaking out, man? XB says, if you do end up splitting zones, could you make shouts and other zone-wide chat go to both zones? Yeah, that's the plan. If we do have to tap out at some point and split the zones, then we're going to make the zone-wide chat go across all the city zones. And we'll do that even on something like Fail and Draw. Like, for the most part, Fail and Draws, there's no zone line when you go up the escalator, the elevators up to from Evershade into Fail and Draw. There's no zone line there, but there may be a zone line as you're going higher and higher into the trees. So if we do that, then odds are we'll also keep that cross zone chat concept. Darken said castle silhouette in the background is awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of our draw distance and the things we're doing with it. Dark Inside, I agree with your poop shower configuration rule. I'm a believer. Thought it'd be cool if Racial Infra and Ultra could see things the spell version can't. Give another reason to take them as a trait. Oh, that's an interesting concept. Maybe even when it comes to mud actions as well, right? I feel like I missed something. Keith said, to be fair, half the problem is just Unity editor itself. Yeah, it's a bit heavy. Especially on my machine. One day I'll have a streaming machine and a working machine running at the same time, and it'll be even less laggy. What's up, Pessimistic Squid? Goodbye, son. I'm gonna press the button to make it reappear in a second, though. Sounds kind of pro streamer to you. Well, I mean, at some point I gotta up my game. Did I miss anything else important? I thought there was something. Oh. Turds. This gate is a fake. I will have to sneak in. Using my gnomish powers of breaking and entering. Fake gate controversy. Oh no. Gate. Is that like gang? Alright, it's scary in there. I'm not going in there. Scary. Yeah. Most of you guys... Ooh. Something needs to be re-exported or baked or whatever. Is Blinky. You guys probably won't be able to get in here for a while, I don't think. Let's be a human. Yes, Bill, it is. Loving the new action bar UIs. Yeah, they come together nicely, right? Why can I not? There we go. I was like, why can I not grab it? Oh, first set, is that a challenge? Yeah, I'll go. I'll make it a challenge. And then we'll see what happens. If this leads somewhere really cool, you guys forget that you saw it. Okay. We're good. What in the world? This happens, I forget what it is. It happens every once in a while. It just means something needs to be baked or something. I'm just sneaking in here to see what's been going on. I know it's been worked on, I just haven't looked. Didn't have time today. Customizable, movable UIs or just the chef's kiss? Hey, did you see this? Did you see this part? Look. This is something that Keith and Goblin snuck in. You see my dragon over here? Wait. See my dragon over here? Then if I use the middle mouse button, I can customize it even further. I like this one. Oh wait, fly off. There we go. Hey Simon. Character movement is looking really good. It looks even better on a gnome. Sexy ass gnome, but I had to switch to look at some scale real quick. Now, look at that sexy run. Can an ogre fit in that tunnel? I don't think so, man. I'll have to talk to Bjorn and see about scale. All of this feels a little small. Again. See you, Quick Sauna. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your gaming. Look at that ogre run. The back pedals are a little aggressive, Chinny. Let's see if he can fit in that tunnel. Feels like just yesterday you were blue pill in the desert. Man, time is blown by, but it also hasn't, but it has. I think it needs to be just a little bit bigger so that it's less natural for his shoulders to clip. Any plans for the next network test? Nothing on the books yet. What's going on here? Camera moving correctly in tight spots? Camera seems fine. Keith, I don't know that anything's changed on the mount animations. Oops, wrong one. Oops, wrong one again. There we go. Oh no. Oh no. I think clicking off my speed buff has made my mounts not want to ever stop again. It's a runaway. It's a runaway mount. Did I use auto run? I didn't think so. Hey, Classic Pool. What happens if I kill my mount while I'm sitting on it? Does it cause a server error? It does. Sorry, Ollie. Sorry, Ollie. I'm sorry. Don't do stuff like that. Is it still causing server errors? Sorry. Oops. Reload zone. No, I'm actually not the best tester. Without a doubt, Nick is our best tester. Keith, I would say Nick, then John. First has an uncanny ability to break things as well. I think I broke the server completely just now. Oh, no, I didn't. What's up, Pretty Neat Bob? Ollie's the worst tester. That's not true, Ollie. I reloaded the zone, but I think things are still broken. Ollie, I broke the server. For future reference, how do I currently properly dismount? I also was riding a beetle yesterday or the day before and ran by a guard and they killed my mount, and I think that also created some issues. Wallaby says QA walks into a bar, orders 1 beer, orders -1 beer, orders a lizard, orders QPDKE. Exactly. Should we dismount? I swear I tried that and it didn't work. Well, guys, that may be it for tonight. I've broken the game. Do you play EQ tomorrow? What's going on tomorrow? Ollie, did you fix the server? It's from... Has anybody seen my corpse video? I have not. It's not that your humor failed. It's just... There's no way I'm retaining the details of that video. It's been so long. Alright. So, if the server starts working again, then, I can also try to tame something. John, did you ever get something to test taming? Okay, I was gonna set some stuff up in a DB for you to look at. I had actually tried with, I don't know, bats or something, and I set it to be tameable, but I think there's a couple more checkboxes I needed to have hit. Ollie. I can't tell if Ollie is paying attention or not. Alright, we'll kill this then. Ooh. No worries, Keith. What we can do while we're waiting, Keith, or sorry, John, is maybe set those NPCs to be tameable so you can check it out. So let's find, we'll go here, NPCs, we'll go here, NPC spawn groups, newbie. Nope. Noob. I'm trying to remember what the old ones were. All right, so noob 1 through 3. We'll see what all is there. We got a snake, a large rat, jackal pup. So let's go. Boom, boom. Sure. And then we'll go down to tameable, taming. Nope. Tameable difficulty. Actually, let's get all again. Look at it. Because that's looking silly. I saw jail ass. Yeah, you know what? There's some interesting human readable IDs in this database already. We do have a very useful sense of humor on this team. Taming difficulty. We got that, and then I think it was persistent. Cool. Let's do that for that. Large. Rat? Probably. Yeah. Pet persist. Pet permanent. I'm really curious to figure out why I'm having these headaches. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Drink more water. That's true. I need a neck massage. I agree with that. Nose is feeling fine. Ollie, did you fix the server? Is it unbroken now? Death Rider, I did stop drinking energy drinks over a month ago. Yeah, I broke it, Ollie. I slash killed my mount while I was on it. No, I can't. I can log in and do zone info in a second. Sorry, guys. Whoa. I can just get you the info. One sec. Zone. Oh wait, maybe I can't. I can't get it out of the DB, right? I've got to log in. Okay, I'll log in right now then. Zone info? Does that show an IP address? Nick asked. So we probably don't want to have that up on screen. Thanks, Nick. Hello, by the way. Right on. Glad you guys are back home, and you're very welcome from the team. Hey, Sif Dragon. I've turned off my screen for a moment. Well, I guess I can turn it back on because all I'm doing at the moment is zoning. Nick, I've refrained from saying anything, just because I wasn't sure if you were sharing or anything like that. We're loading subzones. We're getting there. We'll be in a minute. Nick said, appreciate that, but he's pleased to say that we welcomed our second child a couple days ago. Our Nick is now a father of 2. Congratulations. Also, buckle up. Oh, that's funny. Said, welcome to the club of no sleep, Zoidberg. Nick doesn't sleep as is. I think he's fine. All right, so let's hide screen again. Ollie, I sent it to you in the 3-way. All right. I think we're safe again. What's up, Darton? Hey, Main Stark. Ollie's fixing the zone. I broke it a second ago. This is why we can't have nice sounds. Hey, listen. At least I didn't do it while you were in here trying to play. I was riding a rat around the zone and I wanted to dismount, and I swear I've tried /dismount before and it didn't work. So I decided just to kill him. And apparently the server did not like it. Mount Cruelty? No, it was quick. So yeah, as I was saying earlier in the stream, I think by the time we have another playtest, which hopefully won't be too horribly far in the future, there should definitely be some interesting new things in for you. Tubely, yeah, I have all the best words. People say I have the best words. I don't say that. People say that. But I do have the best words. Are there any cosmic horror elements to the game? Yeah. It's I would say a fair part of our there's definitely some cosmic horror hanging out around all the edges of the game. You'll occasionally hear reference to the spirals, right? So that will be your starting point for digging in our lore. Will there be illusion masks for rogues and bards? Probably. They're cool. We like cool stuff. Hey, Sparrow. Carcosa. I want to watch that. I want to watch that series again soon. There will be no Kings in Yellow, though. Barton said, very excited for that test. My wife quit EverQuest around 10 years ago. She wants to play this with me when early access happens. We met in EverQuest 20 years ago. Excited to play an MMO with her again. That's so sweet. Does she know for sure she wants to play this, though? And if so, how does she know? It would be cool to have illusion items that only work conditionally, like a deep race illusion only usable in deep zones, or a illusion charm only usable at night. That's a fun idea for clickies. Conditional clickies. Conditional clickies. That seems neat. All my ideas are fun. You sound surprised. Well, yeah, kinda a little bit. You're usually just so busy being mean to us. Goblin still hasn't fixed this tree. We've got like our own, very own like Disney cover tree going on here. Goblin swears it's not intentional. Oh no. I believe him. I think it just happens with him. Is he going to stream Pantheon? Who, Goblin or me? Every artist will say that while very intentionally doing it. Let's give it one more try, guys. Leave it there as a rare loading screen. We'll just leave it there. I don't... do you guys remember the incident with Jello Biafra and the in the HR Giger posters that they included in one of the Dead Kennedys cassette tapes? Surfing said, "It's a joke. I know that this is also an EQ inspired game." Okay. I wasn't sure. We've played other games here. Hey, all my homies. What's being worked on today? Not a lot. So far, we checked into some of Eric's mud actions that he was putting in to make sure they're on the right track. They are. Took a little while to get into game. Got in the game. I went around and looked at some High Point Terrace geo work that's being done. Then I mounted a rat. And then I /killed the rat with a GM command, and I broke the server. And now we're getting back into the game, probably. That's what's being worked on so far. 1 hour and 21 minutes and 51 seconds into the stream. Listen. These streams aren't always the most productive streams, as most people who have watched more than one of these streams can tell you. My purpose on these streams twice a week as a representative of the company and product is not to convince you that we are a well-oiled, high-tuned professional organization. It's just to, you know, we come in here and I'm here to convince you of our authenticity. Clearly, we must be pretty normal people if the team lets me stream. People talk about open game development. People talk about open game development a lot more lately. I like to think that we helped usher that in. I mean, people talk about it. I feel like we're really, really open and have always been very, very open. So there'll be days like today. So I'm going to try mounting and dismounting again. I'm way too far away now, but we'll have that command loaded. How am I too far away to mount this guy this time? There we go. XP says, I've never seen open development like this before you. I don't know if you're the first, but one of at least. I mean, I think indie games, there have been some indie games where they streamed their development. I'd definitely give them credit for it. But I think we've, you know, within our little corner of the world, I think we've kind of set some trends. MMO, yeah. That jackal has some serious sass in his butt wiggle. Nothing off on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Says, can't wait for this to drop. How did you hear about us? What is that old lyric? For whatever reason, when I said that, I had like a 90s rap lyric from, I don't know, Salt and Pepper or Queen Latifah or something pop into my head. I think maybe one of those. Something like, tell us what's your name, who you are, who you be with. Something along those lines. If you could provide all that info, that would be awesome. Curious to learn more about training. We definitely got to work. We got to work some stuff out on training, but it's nice to have the underlying tech taken care of. There's definitely some balance and progression questions to be answered on training, or taming. Sorry, animal taming. And same with mounts. But it's cool to have all the underlying tech. All right, can I dismount is the question. Let's see if I can do it without breaking the server again. I did, okay. Cool. Love how open you guys are. It's been a lot of fun following along. Hey, you know what? I'm pretty amazed at some of you guys that have been around for so long. You guys have made making this game a lot of freaking fun. Like, this is probably both the... I wouldn't say hardest. It's... this has definitely not been the hardest game development process I've been involved in. But it's been... I don't know, it's been like... It hasn't been the hardest, but it's been the most challenging, I guess. Right? There's so many different pieces all the time to think about. It's been hard not to have the brain be a little bit fried some days and the emotions be high. Things like that. But the... 1000% the most satisfying, and it's just been a easily the most fun I've had in game development. Yeah, group hug. We should all hug. Like a low hug too, so you know, can sneak in a little butt squeeze. Nothing Off on Twitch says, I heard about it from someone on Reddit. I put up a post looking for old school MMO and said someone said check it out. Well, thank you, Reddit. Reddit's actually been pretty kind to us, given that we're like in development and have had placeholder stuff for years and all that. We've gotten a decent amount of love from Reddit. You know, the occasional Reddit response, but I mean, for the most part, really cool. Darton says, I think you missed my response to your question. She wants to play this game simply because of the art style, the old school feeling, and the fact that you're part of development, as I do for the same reasons. That's, hey, tell her that is very kind, Darton, and we're excited to have her. Glad she likes the art style. Is that... Oh man, is that a Mandrake on your health bar UI? It is, look. You just middle click and it changes through some of the options. Little Mandrake. Thanks for the hug, Sparrow. Low hugs. Yeah, Meeks, thanks for being here. Do you guys have any recommended specs yet? We don't. That's something we're working on regularly. As we, you know, replace textures, get a little more familiar with what we're doing with like Unity 6 and optimize things and fix occlusion and all that other stuff, we'll get closer and closer to having like a spec figured out. Hey, Sparrow, I won't tell if you don't tell. All right? It's just between us in here. And everybody else that's part of this big hug. Is this your first work from home job? It is. I mean, I could work from home on some projects on occasion, but this is like the first completely distributed team I've worked on. So... it's challenging in that regard, for sure. But again, all of I mean, all the stuff that we're pulling off with this team is pretty incredible to me. Do you plan on keeping all MUD commands for final release or playing UI implementation for those? Keith is working on something in that area right now. So... I mean, I guess I could show off the wireframe of like what the intent was I just passed along. Here, I just sketched something up the other day. I didn't spend very much time on it. so don't be too critical. We don't want to show that. Let's save that as save to. Save file. Initial faction breakdown. Let's see if we can open. Where did I have that loaded? Nope. Nope. Move this over here real quick. All right, so the thing that I was just mentioning to Keith was, and you guys, you can let us know what you think on this one. I don't think there's any spoilers in here. It was just like a really quick sketch to try to convey something with fewer words. But essentially, right now when you log into the game, you'll have everything going into one window, and it just kind of blasts by you. So if you hail an NPC or whatever, it just kind of disappears in the just spam of everything like OOC and everything else, right? And one of the things Nick had mentioned, I don't like year one, it was like, what if there's like a quest text window? And I think my immediate response was probably like, oh, we don't want to have too many different windows and don't want any hokey pop-ups and stuff like that. And then over the years, as we continue to sort of work through this, it was like the idea, it just made more and more sense. And then as we figured out, like, we were doing mud commands and stuff, then we're putting even more stuff in this general window, and it was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's not working. So we've come back to that idea and thought, all right, so what if there's two windows? And if you guys have played Pantheon, and you look at the mouse over they have on their combat window, mouse over with the filter options, that's really nicely done. That's a pretty clean UX on that, right? So it's really neat to be able to mouse over that and to quickly be able to like filter self, group, blah blah blah, like damage. So the thing that we're looking at, Tsunami-san said, what about tabs on top of general window? That too, we can do that as well. But one of the things that we'd like to try is have an interaction window. So like that hail text, dialogues with NPCs, quest text, mud actions, all those pop into a window that just, it's hidden. When it pops, like basically when you get something, it comes up. So it's kind of serves as a notification as well. The problem with doing it on a tab is, again, it's putting everything kind of in here. Then you gotta even recognize that the tab's blinking and shit like that. It's just not as in your face. So the idea that this thing then pops up and you see it, and now you see, okay, NPC said something to me, right? And it can have a slow fade. We'll give you some parameters that you can tweak so you can customize it. You can have it stay up if you want. You could have it fade at different speeds, whatever. Not fade all the way down. So provide you with that. And then give you multiple entry points into mud actions. If you look here, Keith had just added this. Right, so he changed the look button over here to interact, and then made a button for all of the mud actions. But one of the challenges with it just being a button is that the various actions have different arguments, right? So like take, you need to say what you want to take, or inspect, you need to say what you want to inspect. Pry, you need to have, you need to have an item on your cursor that is actually capable of prying and all that. So the idea here with this was, yeah, rub, what do you want to rub? Taste, what do you want to taste? And so the thought is, even with something like that button bank, if you had it, it could still, you push the button, and what it does is it fills in the slash command for you, or you could just type it in, slash, like with your keyboard, and slash pry goes into here. So using the button, typing slash say with NPC targeted, using slash mud, having macros, because you could actually set up a mud command with a macro since it's just a slash command. Anyways, it all goes into this box, and when it pops up, it actually tells you the arguments in like a light look, kind of a light gray back here. So it's actually reminding you of what you need to do, right? So you type in slash pry, or you hit the slash pry, or you hit the pry button. It pops up in here, and then it's like, okay, what do you want to pry? And it's reminding you need to hold an item. Or select button, that then it asks you what you want to use, and selects that from the inventory. Want this to be two things though. It needs to feel as much like an old adventure game or a mud as possible, like a multi-user dungeon. And I think it's important for that to maintain that feel. Otherwise, it's no longer mud actions. It's no longer, it feels less and less text based. And then the way that you tend to have to interact with your inventory and stuff in this game, it's reinforcing to you that these aren't buttons. These are items. Like, this is a necklace on my cursor right now. It's not just a icon, right? This ain't no Sierra game. Well, but it gets its roots from a Sierra game. And Infocom, right? You guys went old school. You guys went nostalgic. We got it for you. You loved Infocom games? Leather Goddesses of Phobos. Okay, let me dismount. King's Quest, brilliant games. I mean, the select items from clicking reminds you of Sierra. Right on. Would the mud window keep a history like the journal, or clear when logging? I don't think we're journaling any mud actions, right? No, I don't think we have any sort of log, Chinny. What are you thinking there? What is mud short for? Multi-user dungeon. We just called it that because it's kind of text-based, and again, anything we can do to kind of do a little throwback back in homage to the earlier days, in a sense, kind of get people to remember them, and it builds a little bit of that nostalgia factor in what we're doing, but it also kind of just kind of keeps it alive. Leaning into that graphical mud feel. Oh, it's a cast, right? Okay, animal taming. Cool. Makes the world seem bigger. Well, and it really, It should, right? Like I said earlier, if you watched Wednesday's stream, I was implementing some just simple. I was kind of showing you how we can nest. Um, I was showing you how we can nest mud actions within each other, so that you can walk into a place and get one description, and then go somewhere else and get like a even more specific description, and then interact with that thing. And I was mentioning earlier in the stream that I actually ran with that yesterday just for fun, because I was like, man, I haven't implemented a whole new quest chain in a while, and I actually have that kicking off a little quest that, you know, does some fun stuff, in my opinion. It may be one that you figure out like the first half of it or first third of it really quickly, and then you will be shocked to find out that it just kind of abruptly ends, but maybe it doesn't really. So that'll be fun. Are you guys looking at implementing events like Kithakor becoming higher level zones at night? Dragoons patrol OT at night causing. Yeah, we've got stuff like that in. We have we early on we put in a camp of researchers that when the nighttime comes, undead appear and cultists, and they come and kill all the researchers and take over the camp. So we do a fair amount of that stuff. We've got monsters that can spawn during sandstorms and other stuff. So Malsirian said it's Zork 2025. Exactly. Chinny says, well, it's a chat window, but not really a chat window. So I was wondering if it could help see the history. Maybe not necessarily though. Yeah, that would be one of those things that we'd want to log it in a special manner if possible, just so that we're not dipping into weird logging. Oh, I was going to try to see if my changes allow us to tame something now. In Shards of Dahlia, shops close in some places during nighttime hours. Healing was stronger during the day, undead more powerful at night. Anything like that considered? On the shops front, potentially, now that we've got more in, we're just always trying to balance. We don't want it to become, a pain in the ass where you can't use a merchant at all. But in the night market, the original intent was to have some of those vendors close shop and then appear in an indoor market during the day. So we'll see. Big swinging changes to like undead being more powerful and stuff. Not directly, but since we can spawn mobs based on day night and they can be identical, if we wanted to do something like that, it wouldn't even be a difficult change. We do have different like population densities change. In some areas based on day night. Oops. Can't tame this one. Oh no, he ran away. I want to try taming him again. Oh man, I'm gonna have to wait until he like stops moving maybe. My animal taming is so slow because I'm not good at it. Let's follow him until he stops. Oh shit, he stopped. I missed my opportunity. Oh. I'm just waiting for him to pause. Nope, no pause there. Need animal lull skill or something. I need like little snacks that I can give him. No, oh my god, that wasn't going to be long enough anyways. Yeah, taming bait. I need some bait. That was actually the premise of I forget. Did hunters use bait in WoW? I forget. I loved man, I loved my little hunter in WoW. Um there's a oh, no. I'm so bad at this. Please stay still. Stay still. Just food? Yeah, but I was wondering if there was like bait to get him to boom. Got him. Okay. There's a little like mobile style game that we were doing at my last company where you had to like lure horses that you tried to tame with different food and stuff. All right, so this snake he has been tamed now. He's got special ability. Do the snakes kick? That is his special ability. Look. Dozakar said, "WoW had quests where you did that, but not core hunter abilities." Right on. I thought I remembered something along those lines. I played two Mark Arc where taming means tranking out an animal and shoving berries or meat in it. In Arc, weren't they like dinosaurs though? One of my friends in Sweden was super into Arc. All right. Your pet snake decides it is better off without you. Did you read this message? Heartbreaking. That's Ollie for you. Ollie's got a secret cruel side. All right, follow. All right, so let me set up some more NPCs so that John and other folks playing around with it have more stuff. Snake armor win? That's a good question. Zukin, you need to drop everything that you're doing right now. Hey, Tyheck. We've got to redesign all of the NPCs to accommodate snake armor. Nope, not rename. Persist. That permanent. Snake armor should be easy to make. Just a chainmail tube would serve them well. No, they need like breastplates. A player complaint, I can't see the arm slots on my snake when it's equipped. Fix, please. It just wears one bracer. Snake armor should have a single boot it drags around with it. I'm reminded of Shrey's Temple. The Shisar were fun. Yeah, they were. I love those guys. I love those guys. Alright, that'll get us started, I think. There you go, John. There should be some stuff that you can tame now in the newbie yard, but that's the only place. You need like a goblin that has a pet snake with a bunch of armor taped to it, and the goblin is so proud of it. I can picture its little proud ass goblin face. Hey, the Saba. Really, can't tame that. I have to double check, make sure I got all the bats. Alright, that should fix it. Is there a check by the mob to see if it resists taming? Yeah, so it's got a value that can make it, basically if it's not set, it can't be tamed at all. And then it's a value where, to the best of my understanding, we can scale the difficulty on the taming. Taming going to be Beastmaster only, or a general skill folks can learn? I think we're still discussing that. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a bit of both. If there's some stuff that Beastmasters can do, but then there's also maybe something that can be learned as part of a skill set. Look at this cool looking guy right here. That's always so satisfying, seeing the skeletons wearing something. I was trying to find a fire beetle. Just make a macro. Oh, you cheated. Chip said, I'm reading the second Elric book. It mentions fire beetles. I'm wondering if that was the original source EQ pulled from. I don't think I've read them at all. That'd be interesting. I just assumed there's some reference to one in one of the mods that they're playing. Are you gonna stand still long enough? Difference between sit and stay is one is literally sitting, which they don't have a anim for it, but like some of the other stuff does. Like when you watch some of the charm pets, they can be made to sit. If I'm not mistaken, sitting has the same effects as player sitting in terms of health regen and stuff. If you watch the playtest VODs from the other... No, it's just real low, Nick. It's that one track that gets pretty quiet, like almost 5 minutes into the temple ambience. If you watch the playtest VOD from last week, either Zukin's or mine, you'll see that he's got pets sitting quite frequently. Dude, this little shimmer of shadow here made me think that we need some billowing dust, even when there's not a dust storm. We gotta get a little billowing dust effect. Do you have to feed the pets you tamed? My assumption is that the tamed pets will have maintenance. But again, like I was saying a little while back, there's still some work to be done on the taming requirements, progression, and everything else. The goal for getting that in now is the way it was built. If I'm not mistaken, taming was part of us also getting mounts in. So yeah. So, let me... Are there certain things you just can't tame? Yeah, pretty much everything at the moment. We'll go through and define what can be tamed as part of getting that system online. Are Ashira on the taming menu? Nope. Ashira aren't animals. They're Ashira. Can't tame an ogre female, man. Wild forever. Yeah. Especially the ones with the tattoo on their lower back. Do you know if taming certain animals will require a reagent or something eventually? Keith, I think we've got to go through all of that and kind of figure it out. Why do giants always walk so slow? They're moving at a decent clip. They just, they're big and they're lumbering. It's a lot of weight to move around, dude. The giants are sneaking around trying to smell the blood of an Englishman. I'm fairly certain that was one of the tiny books I had as a child. One of my first little books. Do giants have stompy foot sounds yet? If not, then anyone. I thought they did. I had my audio turned off here. I don't think I'm imagining. I swear I heard some stompy foot sounds, but I could be wrong on that one. So the Giants have had an update. These guys are probably gonna, yeah, they're outside of my SOE. So, Zukin said, I think I broke the stomps or something. Oh, okay, but they were in at some point, weren't they? Need to finish propping this out. Need to... give them a little campfire and stuff. That desert was a level 1 zone, right? Do you plan on changing monster variety and density of that zone? It looked crowded. The first place I was in was the newbie yard. It looks crowded now, but just wait until there's people. Hop into one of the stress tests and you'll see that it goes pretty quick. They look like they'd be playing poker. If we had some sit animations for them, maybe we could get us some chairs and tables. Move this guy here. Move that guy there. And then I'll come in here with the the props and update that. We'll see if this wood winds up staying or not. May have to have them. May have to have them on the wood here. Otherwise, they'll pretty quickly, let's figure out the prop situation, pretty quickly become damn near impossible to pull. I was thinking about giving them 2 spits, or at least 2 little campfires there. And we'll take this guy and we'll actually we'll make him move around a bit. Gonna split the difference here. In terms of overlapping sort of social radii. Oh, Nick, if you're out there, it's funny. I asked Ollie a question in passing the other day about whether or not we could do a certain thing with an ability, and if not, would it be difficult to do? It's like give us the ability to do it. I don't know if it's a good idea, and it could be abused, but it's something that after doing the rat camp, I really wanted to play with. And I think it would just all we would need is the ability to tweak one, support the ability to modify one NPC parameter to try it out in a fun, hacky way. It would be a pretty scary ability in an environment like this, though. But I don't know if he's out there. He may not be here anymore. Even if he's not, I'll mention it. But Spooey said, "I'm ready to retire from modern MMOs once they've been in the eco release." That's good to hear. It's been nice watching. It's been nice watching Pantheon's progression in terms of community and stuff, and just seeing the number of people that are like, "Oh my god, it's so nice to like play an old school game again and shit like that." I mean, because dude, 2 years ago when we were talking about this, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, everybody was like, "Oh, rose-colored glasses." No one, you think you do, but you don't, right? Everybody's like, you think you do, but you don't. They were all like JLM bracking. And then, lo and behold, people get their hands on some old school and they're enjoying it. That's great to see. So let's make this guy move around a little bit. Pause. He'll spawn. He'll pause for, hey, see you, Swanee. Enjoy your pho. Variant AOC says MMO Renaissance. We hope so, right? Maybe it'll get some people thinking differently. And all the classic MMOs in production right now, they're all a bit different, right? What's up, Justin Beard? How you doing, buddy? So let's make him spawn. He'll wait 30 seconds. Then gonna move here. Move there. I think it's worth evaluating if every game needs to be the winner of the market share or dead. If you can make a business that works for you, you don't need to be AAA size. I mean, that's one of the just big parts about that's a big part of the what we've been doing, and one of the things that's a bit different from our team than others, right? Like it's our target isn't we need to have hundreds of thousands, let alone millions of players in order to like maintain a business. Oops, that's not how that works. So have him come here. We'll stop for a second. Darken said, I don't know that he was he? I didn't know that he was one of the handsy ones. I didn't think that was the case. Might have been aware of some, but I didn't know that he was a handsy. A handsy Andy? Handsy Johnson? I didn't think that was the case. Putting together a bed frame for your new mattress. Oh, right on. Related to open dev approach, will you share what success looks like before, at, or after EA at all? Like, how many subs do you need to see at EA to feel like a successful, sustainable model? Or is that too secret sauce? No, I mean, we've talked about it before. Right, we've got, for us, our goal our goal was, or our goal is to be able to get to a point where we can start bringing our folks on full time. They'll be brought on initially as full-time contractors, because we can't just be like, hey, you're now a full-time employee to a business that we don't know has like a sustainable revenue model, right? But for us, early access success is less about the number of players that we have subbed and more about the state of the game when we get into early access. So our goal for early access has always just been to get to a point where we're fairly systems complete, and it's really about having to crank out more development, or sorry, more content during early access development, working towards 1.0. Naturally, there are always going to be some systems that we kind of deprioritize as nice to haves that we'll be working on during early access. But the core of the game, like the main MVP, vertical slice, whatever, is ready to go when we go into early access. The state of the game is that it's in pretty decent shape. Progression's feeling good. Itemization's feeling good. We've got a working economy. There's we're in less of a situation where we're thinking, oh shit, something's just gonna break completely and we need to do a wipe or anything crazy like that. Performance is good. Server stability is good. Customer service and tech support are online. Swanee is actually working. Swanee's working with Callum and other folks for us to expand our tooling. Like if you look, we want scalable, sustainable tooling for live operations, right? So we've had the ability for you to write bug reports and send them to a database and shit. You know, for I don't know, 2 years now. So getting our petition system up and running using the same sort of interface, getting good web tooling so that all of that data that's going into a database is easy for us and our customer service reps to mine that data and like be able to answer your petitions in a timely manner. All of the shit that's needed to actually have a real live operations business, a real MMO, have that stuff ready by early access. Because going into early access as an MMO and not having that stuff, I mean, to us, it's a priority that the quality of the service is good. Because we'd rather you churn because you ran out of content rather than churning because, you know, we didn't respond to your petition for assistance or whatever in a timely manner, or people were whiling out in a zone and we weren't aware of it because we didn't have an easy way for you to let us know that somebody's like being disruptive, right? So like MMO 101 shit. So getting that in, not having crazy exploits. Another thing that we're working on and have been working on for the last couple of months pretty heavy is just looking at our security, right? Ensuring that we're you know, we're always going to be playing the arms race with people hacking and things like that, but working with some good people to basically try to patch up some of our holes and find some different things. So all of that for early access, having enough content to be a good representation and keep you guys interested for a while, have a live operations plan with regards to content rollout that is in place. So our schedule goes all the way through everything that we've promised for early access, and then continues into the stuff that we'd like to get done for the first update, the first like expansion or module, as we're calling it, related to Deep Elves and the Deep. So having that as in place as possible by the time we go into early access, so we're not playing catch up too much. And so those are the things that we're most focused on with regards to early access. What would be a success going into early access with all that shit in place? Now, financially, we thought that it was pretty likely because of not a lot of people were working on these types of games. We're obviously very indie. We're obviously very working on a budget, like I said, and we'll get these numbers posted, updated again. But if you go to the FAQ, here, if you go to the FAQ and you look, there's information. At the bottom of the page, it runs through like our costs to date, like our cost history. We'll update that, but so far we spent just over like 100,000, right? Like 100. I don't know. We're not up to 110. I don't think. I'd have to check our expenses again, but like like 105,000 or something like that to date. So we're not in a like horrible position in terms of like having a big payback window, or we don't owe anybody any money. We haven't made you any promises with like any sort of pledges or anything like that, right? So we're starting from a pretty even, starting at zero and being able to work our way up. And we always thought we'd be happy if we got a couple thousand subs to start with. Like if you watch any of the old VODs, you'll see we'd be like, hey, if we start and we got like a couple thousand, 5,000 subs, we're in really good standing. If we get 10,000 subs, then we'd be like, that'd be badass. And if we got 20, we've got a sustainable business if we can maintain 20,000 subs, right? So that's been the goal, because like 20,000 subs at $15, right? Like even if you shave off 5 of the 15 for operating expenses just related to taxes and server costs and CDN and this and that, right? Say we only bring in the 10, and then that needs to be distributed as part of our like personnel related operating expenses. Well, if we can get 20,000 subs, that still starts us out at like a nice 200,000 a month, which allows us to pick up a lot of the guys that we would like to be able to bring full time, that are currently on the team. We're a 31 person team roughly at the moment, with, I would say, minimum 30% of the team can't join because they've got really good day jobs. And so this will always be kind of their evening relaxing, fucking smoke a bowl, chill out, make some stuff kind of project, which is cool. And we'll always treat those guys like family. We'll always treat them as part of the team, and they'll always get like profit share, and we'll always be the team. But the guys that can join initially full-time contractor status, right? Because again, we can't say, hey, quit your day job and then join us if we don't know. Like we may have 20,000 subs and 3 months later we have 5, right? So we got to establish a decent amount of repeatable, sort of consistent revenue, build up a war chest, with we want to, when we hire somebody on a team, we want to know that we've got 6 months severance for them if it goes to shit and you guys are like a year later you're like, this game's, I'm tired of it, cancel your sub or whatever. So before we bring people onto the team as like actual full-time employees, we should have severance for them sitting there just waiting, whatever, growing interest in the bank or something, so that we know that we can cash everybody out that has come on as a full-time employee. And then the guys that we bring on as contractors, it's a bit more flexible, right? And some of them are already freelancers and stuff like that. A couple of our guys are like caught up into industry layoffs and shit, which sucks because it's unfortunate it's not closer to when we can potentially get some money. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Now we're watching Pantheon, and Pantheon's been really successful. I'll look, like I look at their numbers every day, because they're there and why not? And it's part of our business. And so I think they're at like 80,000. I don't know how real the numbers are, but like VG Insights says like just over 80,000 units sold. That's looking positive, right? They've got some good consistent concurrent user numbers. we'll watch and see if that continues to grow and like kind of if it tapers out or what's going on. For us, we're of the mindset that if their numbers continue to hold strong and look good, then that's good for us, because it's just showing that there's a market out there. We don't think this is a zero-sum game, and we're pretty confident with our offering. We think we've got a fun thing that people want to try. And so, and who knows, maybe it'll be something where we're out, Pantheon's out, Eco's out, and just when you kind of dry up with some content, you bounce over to one of the other ones. I don't know what the other games business models are going to be, but anyways, so if we're able to pull out, hell, man, if we're able to pull out 10,000 subs, we'll get started. That's more money than we got now. It's just costing us money, right? It's just cost us money to make this. Excuse me. But if we get like 20,000 subs, that's always been like our holy shit. If we can pull that off, we'll continue to grind, expand our capabilities. Our guys that come on full time will then be able to dedicate, full-time time to this. Think about it. Everything that you've seen us get done so far, if you check the updates and stuff, that's part-time. Everybody's part-time, right? So if we get 20,000 subs and we are able to maintain that, for a year or two, then we've got a business, and we're going to continue to grind for you guys and try to make this game like just crazy, right? You see how big our region is. Just for this one region, we have a whole world map that's it's going to be a big game, but it's doable. So he said EcoDev says he wants M&M to be really successful, so he has something to play. Yeah, Hidden Tree's a great dude. We've been talking to him for years now. Like, we've been following their development and talking to him behind the scenes for forever at this point. He's just a really fantastic guy. Their team's really cool, their game's great, and Hidden Tree's a fantastic dude. Like, we started watching the stuff he was doing on before Eco looked like Eco, man. And it's really shaped up. So, but yeah, so that's the answer to your question, right? Like, what do we need? Not a ton. For us, not a ton means that we've got a legit business. And if we can do the things that we're wanting to do, and if you guys like them as much as we hope you'll like them, then it would be nice to grow that into a bigger and bigger business, and grow the game, and then, just constantly reinvest in M&M so that it becomes something that you want to play for years, and then kind of go from there. And if we ever decide to make any more games as a company, we're going to do a similar process, basically spin off whoever wants to work on it, small number of dudes who wants to work on it. They need to start streaming, start building a community, start like interacting with the community as regularly as possible, so that that community can kind of do what you guys have done, which is like constantly give us feedback and, go from there. And if there's interest, then build it up, and it'll be something where we could then fund it, so it won't be quite as crazy as what we had to do, but still. Oh yeah, that question asked a while back, Northern Sky, about the backpacks. The visual will be toggleable. Thank you, XP. So that's my little what's it gonna take spiel. Seems more doable these days. I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to. Hubris is a hell of a kick in the ass. But like, I think, and I'm not. This is not meant to be a negative at all, but who knows? But I think if Pantheon's able to hop on Steam with early access, sell 80,000 copies in what, a month, You know, plus they got their pledges and stuff in there. We think there's an audience out there, man. Like, I think 10-20,000 subs might be doable, which for us has always been like the dream goal. That's not even been like the you know, minimum case in order for us to keep working. I don't know how much the team is really, you know, I don't know how the team would react if it were to happen. But you know, when we talk to the guys, we're kind of like, hey, are you guys okay? Like, if this game goes into early access and we only got like 500 people playing it, are you guys willing to keep grinding to see if see if we can like continue to fix whatever it is that's keeping us from having more people? And typically the, you know, the response is just like, yeah, let's keep going. So we'll see. I mean, our thought was always we'd be fucking happy with a couple thousand people, and now it seems like it's possible that there will be more. So, which it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Because I think if the quality of the classic style MMOs, again, all the teams continue to push out good quality stuff, different takes on the sort of that subgenre on the niche. I think we may find that we pull in more and more people that are younger, that are looking for something unusual, that, you know, right? Some people that are like classic WoW heads, some people that are old EQ heads, EQOA, Final Fantasy 11, all of that stuff, right? Like, I think there's an audience there, and that's not even tapping into. Do you know how many kids are playing Minecraft each month right now? I was looking at some of the data that was in one of the recent presentations. And I just mentioned it because they're online, they're using PCs. I know not all Minecraft players use PCs, but between Minecraft, Roblox. I meant Roblox, not Minecraft. But like between Roblox, Minecraft, etc., I believe it was 400 million monthly active users on Roblox. Last time I saw Minecraft numbers, I thought they were 150, 200 million monthly active users. Right? You know, you had 40 million people during the 2020, 2021. You had 40 million people playing Dungeons and Dragons. Right? PC games are still continuing to grow. Yeah, the number of kids playing a hardcore classic WoW. Looking at, looking at Pantheon saying it's pretty much WoW hardcore classic, but better. Yeah, I mean, I think if we make the right games, I think there is a total addressable market that could be surprising out there. So, yeah, I mean, but the focus, I mean, the main thing is whether we had 100 people in our Discord or 100,000, we have to make a good game. We have to make a game that we're proud of. We have to make a game that works. We have to make a MMO service that does what an MMO service should do for its customers. So that part doesn't matter. We got to do the same shit either way. Right? Like at the end of the day, we can't let a low number freak us out. We can't let a high number freak us out. And that's the other thing. Like, all right, so say we get a lot more people than we were originally expected. We can't let that change our vision and our decisions and stuff. We can't be like, oh no, we've got all these people now. We got to do whatever it takes to not lose them. We just, you know, we be thankful that we got them in the first place. And we keep making the game that we set out to make. And, you know, because that's why people are here, I would hope, is our differentiators. And I say that because I've been at studios where they, you know, most studios when they start blowing up, they get real freaked out because they're like, oh shit, we're making all this money. How do we you know, keeping? How do we keep growing? And there's a lot of compromising that starts going on, and it's not good for your game every time. You know, improvements are improvements, but you can definitely compromise your game to death. So you guys, Talet said I plan on having 3 accounts. 1 on the no box and 2 on the box server. Right on, we encourage that behavior for sure. Tsunami-san said, with how many people are in the Discord alone, I can't see just having 500. But you never know, man. It's one of those, you never know. 10,000 people in the Discord server doesn't mean that 10,000 people are going to play. What about landmark zones where you can build stuff? Freeform, probably not the game for here, but we want to provide some agency and shit like that allows you to do some interesting stuff with zones. Are you looking to support other languages at launch? At launch, probably not. But with some cash, I mean, we can knock out localization pretty quickly once we've got cash going. When we go live with Spellbook, that drops on death. That's when the 10K turns to 500. It's true. And people may really actually go, this is too much. Maybe freeform inside your house or own rented area. Maybe. That's less scary. It really does feel like the demand is there. I'm always shocked and encouraged to see so many new first-time players checking out classic servers for WoW, EQ, EQ2, etc. Yeah, me too. And that's what I mean. Seeing people hop into Pantheon that are kind of fit that bill has been really cool. It's encouraging. You want the game to shut down your computer when you die? Death penalty isn't enough for you? We should start a rumor. I heard if you die in Monsters and Memories, you die in real life. And we'll do it like in a cheesy 80s, like Freddy Krueger, Dream Warriors kind of like commercial or something. That'll be our It's Time to Slay the Dragon. It'll be like hairspray, blue eyeshadow, cut off t-shirt. They'll be on the phone that's still got like the wire connected and stuff. Old school phone. Okay, this isn't gonna work. This is the worst setup ever. Okay, with these guys walking. The density here is just ridiculous. We'll move these guys over. I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it like this. It'll be a fun challenge. You guys can pull this, right? You just need a chanter. Begin swearing or sweating? Okay. Easy pull? Alright. Just need to bring a 6 wizard group here. What's the worst that could happen? This is the new fungus grove. Riding the wasp around was so damn adorable, by the way. That was I believe that was Zukin's handiwork. I think. Hey, Reverie. Yeah, but hopefully that's a satisfactory answer to your like what does EA success look like? And you know, we said that the when we need to do a better job of it, but it takes, you know, it takes a little bit of time and it's always deprioritized, but we want to post our numbers. I think that'd be really fun continuation of like our open development is to continue to post our numbers. Let me see if I'm actually able to zone into this zone. I'm going to kill it real quick. And then pop back in. But don't be surprised if we do well and we do have profit and we post our numbers, if we show that we're profit sharing with the team. If the numbers are like really decent, then we want to, you know, we want to give the team a really decent profit share, because the team has been busting their ass for years at this point, volunteering their time. So we want to, you know, we want to give it back to them. And that would be, to me, that would be a cool sign of success. Serious question: if I buy a rundown crack house in Night Harbor, can I remodel it and flip it? Nope. There's no property flipping in our game at the moment. So this is not a worker-owned company, I guess? Nope, it is not. It is an owner-worked company. One of the biggest problems with worker-owned, and I'm not going to say this is 100% always the case. Alicon, thanks for the follow, by the way. One of the problems with splitting equity, like ownership equity broadly, versus having something like a phantom stock program and really generous profit share, is well, there's two things. One, establishing like kind of what the vesting looks like for those shares, because you have people come, and then we've been fortunate enough to not have a ton of turnover on the team, but we still have turnover on the team. So there's got to be some sort of vesting criteria anyway. And then the other thing is, I believe, and this is just me speaking, I believe that it's possible for there to be teams that are completely flat and everybody's got the same vote and they get shit done and everything works out. But I think that's the exception and not the rule. And so if the team owns the company, then, you know, if 51% of the team decides they want to do some dumb shit, what are you going to do? So from the beginning, we've always been very straightforward with everybody that comes on the team. Is we've got 3 owners. that allows us to have certain discussions where we need a tiebreaker or whatever. But we got 3 owners. Everybody else, we're going to do absolutely everything in our power to do right by you. And we'll set up a phantom stock program so that if for some reason we ever decide to sell the company, then there's some payouts there. But, you know, equity only really matters if you have like, if you're selling your shares or if the company gets sold, or if you're wanting to use it to basically essentially have sort of a shareholders vote in decisions. So, and when we started when we started the company, when it was just like Ali, Nick, and I, and you know, Bunny, it's just there are so many things where it's like, hey, what if, you know, like I'd like to, you know, personally be in a situation where if we want to name the game something crazy, I'm not having to worry about, oh, what does everybody like get a vote on the name or whatever. And so it was like, you know, pitching the name like Monsters and Memories, it was like, this is a kind of a silly, weird name. But, you know, to me it was important to go like, can we, oops. Ever since I lost the pinky, man, like my hand lands in the weirdest spots on the keyboard sometimes. It sucks. But yeah, so it was like company name, Niche Worlds Cult, game name, Monsters and Memories. Do you guys remember who came up with the name? Yeah, like I came up with the name and bounced it off the guys. I was like, hear me out. This is gonna sound weird. Here's my reason for it. But I really, really think this is a cool name. Can we do this? It's just happening. I know what's going on here. Return / now it'll work. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm comfortable claiming that one. EverQuest 2 Electric Boogaloo, but there's already an EverQuest 2. Is there really though? You guys. I like these placeholder textures. They definitely make it clear that it is placeholder. Bjorn. Look, it's not even true. It's not even true. Bjorn's texture is a lie. What does it say? It says, trees blocking, you shall not pass. Sorry, you shall not pass. Whose face do we need to put up there for that to get textured? Oof. That could wind up being pretty scary. Gubbo MMO says, how do you feel about custom UIs? Used to like them, not anymore. We want to provide a lot of options to allow you to customize your UI. Right? Like we were just saying. We've already started building some of that in. But, I don't know, I don't know that we're going to allow you to go into the XML or whatever and create like your own. See a dark inside. Enjoy work as much as you can, I guess. Can you get a tattoo for the game on your chest? Of course you can. Justin Beard, you should get the Impassable Hills tattooed on your chest. Looks pretty passable. Yeah, everything's a lie. You'll get Monsters and Memories tattooed on your forehead if I give you a lifelong sub. I don't know, man. Forehead, that would feel kind of exploitative. Maybe a tramp stamp. Like, I would feel less guilty if you got a Monsters and Memories tramp stamp. If you got a solid, like, Monsters and Memories tramp stamp tattooed, then then I think we might be able to figure something out on the subscription front. But don't everybody go do it, because it would only be the first person to do it. Oh shit, I fell in the water. That isn't water. The water's a lie as well. Is that felt with? No, that's actually just gonna be a individual structure. Gobo says, this might sound crazy, but I think I used to raid with you back in 2003. Were you in the Dark Exile? You're in Hoss. I was in TDE. No. Eldrodroth, that is that's Doug. Is that water final? No, all of this is it's just really quick block in. We've just been trying to figure out like scale and things. Yeah, that was Doug. He was on the EverQuest team as well, though. I think after my time. Hard to tell the water isn't placeholder. It doesn't say sorry on it. That should actually become our new standard. Just put the sorry textures in there. We'll have to talk to Goblin about that. Just hear you out, leave it like this till launch. We'll run a survey. Hmm. Have a raid mob with a sorry texture on it. Put it on Capsule Finn's cousin. Nick, what's that from? Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. No one has done an Eminem podcast yet, I don't think. Justin Beard. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Give it a minute. Come on, computer. Don't fail me. Don't be slow. Skeleton just climbed a tree. They've been learning from the bears. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh wait, I don't even need it for that. What am I thinking? I'm not trying to tame it. I'm just trying to ride it. Come here. He disappeared. That did not turn out the way I expected it to. Damn it. Drake doesn't have a mounting point yet. That's probably for the better. There we go. Dude, his flight though? Oh my god, his flight animation is so perfect for a mount. It's not, I mean, we have no intent to do this at the moment, but like this is the sweet, like this is so perfect for a gnome. Oh, What a way to end a Friday. And I love that he doesn't have an actual mount animation, so he looks like he's got his hand on the gear shift. He's just like relaxed. He's got a beer in one hand, the reins of the wasp in the other. I just posted a little idea for look descriptions and Discord gameplay ideas. You want to check it out later, Sean? Thank you, Lasava. Let me make sure I don't miss it. Did you tag me? Cool, I got it up now. I got it. I found it. Would be cool for some NPCs to ride mounts. Oh yeah, and deal with like the same stuff, like could be knocked off and attacked and all that. I think that'd be a nice evolution of that system. So let me dismount. Let me get back in my good form. Alright, now we're good. Time for our Mario Kart spinoff. That's how we'll raise cash. We'll just do a quick Mario Kart spinoff. Gather the cheddar. Get everybody paid. I mean, whatever happened with our mini golf spinoff that we're gonna do? Dude, this just looks so natural though. Oh my gosh. Monsters and Mulligans. You still have the graphic? Yeah. Oh, why does it look so good, Zukin? Give him a little minor slow fall ability. Has Erkenstaff seen his handiwork on this in this case? I'm surprised at some of the shit that I see. Like, I'll forget that. Like, I think Zukin had a Ratman charmed, and it had a sit animation. You know, if this was a super rare mount that somebody could get, you know how many people would like have their little minds blown if they hadn't seen any of our streams prior to this? Some gnome just comes zipping in on a little Bobby ass wasp. Oh my god, this just feels so nice. Laura said I would spend a good 1,000 hours to get that, no problem. Even if you don't intend to have these mounts for PCs, seems like gives you a lot of opportunities for NPCs, right? I do think there's probably something that, as we work through the mount system, there'll be something for us to consider with regards to NPCs. Especially since, I mean, we're already planning on mounts being killable and stuff like that. All right. So yeah, all this fun. Apologize. On Wednesday stream, I'll have a plan going into it on some stuff that you can actually see getting done. What do you guys have anything in particular that you want to see worked on? Like stuff that I'm able to do. I mean, I'm not a programmer, I'm not an artist. Keep that in mind. New textures, placing them, that would not be me. If we've got new textures, then I don't think we have a point on these guys. I think we discussed it. Yeah, just double checking. Hey Lich. So what else? Is the zone going to be this bright? Probably not. I think lighting and stuff has changed as we were messing around with like Unity 6 and some things are off now. Not gonna lie, I enjoy good gameplay session streams. Yeah, so do I, to be honest. They're a lot more fun. They're a lot easier at times. So maybe I'll see if we can line something up next week and do a couple more. Do you have a preference on level range? Should we just pick that? The old level range challenge. You give us a level range and we show you that there's content for it. Level 55? We can do that. I think the team's already done one. Don't want to spoil everything for you, but... Pull chat and do it live? Oh, we could do that. You'll just have to bear with us while we get geared up and stuff then. Level 97? That's too many levels. Nick said, I had an idea of beefing up a current high-level area to be 6-man preferred. You want to mention which one? It could be in Slack. In one of the town squares, you should have Furiona tied up so we can throw tomatoes at her. Oh no, that'd be rude. If we had Furiona, we'd treat her nicely. Where we did the high-level test off stream. Sure. Talk about. I'd like to talk about like what beefing up means in that regard, though. Stockades in town where players are held for game infractions. We might be able to do that. Bit higher HP and damage. Interesting. Um, I've been wanting to mess around with some abilities and stuff. So I think they've got abilities set up now. They've definitely got appearance updates. I'd like to give them a couple of like base abilities as a race. So they're kind of like the taskmasters and the rats. I After we did that playtest and we were all joking about it, I kind of do want to give them like a little smack with a knockback that they fire off every once in a while. And yeah, I want to run through some ability creation with you and like get sort of brushed up on it. I was asking Ali if there is a way to change the assist radius via a buff. Because this is a sidetrack now, but anyway, to wrap that part up, I think that would be cool, and I think those guys would be benefit from, some stomps or something that would be kind of interesting. But again, sort of not all the time. But I asked Ali if there was a way that we could have an ability that modifies an NPC's assist radius. And because the thought that I was thinking was, like when we were dealing with those rat guards and stuff, what if there is a ability to like basically do a shout that's, so you still have the ability to stop it, right? Like you see them casting the ability, and it's a shout that throws a buff on all the NPCs that it hits, that then ups their assist radius. So, and then then they would basically because we know if they're hit by the ability, we know how far we need to up the assist radius. Now, that it's kind of a sketchy way to do it because it could lead to some incidental assisting in other areas that maybe is a weird byproduct, but I think it would be kind of fun. He said it would be pretty easy to like add that as a thing to be modified. So, yeah. So essentially, it would just be doing the call for help as an ability that could be interrupted. Silenced. Simon said, always like the Shadow of Mordor alarm bell system. I never played it. Did they have to get to an actual physical area to be able to trigger it? They would run for an alarm prop. Nice. That makes sense. Uh, Curious. I'm curious if we were able to do that. We don't have a super clean way to hack that now, but it's almost hackable. All right. So we're at the end of this. Do we have anybody streaming that I can raid, or are we gonna be done here? Zach streaming? Cool. All right. Nick said he's got his hands full. Cool, guys. Then I'm gonna wrap up tonight. Thanks for hanging out. It's pretty random tonight. We'll try to get some gameplay streams in next week, maybe. And at least my headache went away, so that's nice. I'm going to raid Zach. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. I'll say goodbye now, and then I'll pop over there. Give him some love when you get there. Yep, I'll definitely keep drinking water. Don't worry. Give him some love when you get there. And I will see you guys on... I'll see you guys on Wednesday. So who's saying goodnight? Viro, Fabrizio, Dozakar, John, Nick. You guys have a wonderful evening. See you, Keith, Talet, Matthias, Chex, XV, Bill, Lich. You have a good weekend yourself. Thanks, Fabrizio. Lasava, I'll read your thing right after this. See you, Chinny, Zukin, Quick 44, Salami-san, Eric, Darius, Super Cakers, Skull Monkey. Happy Friday to you as well. Have a great weekend. See a pessimistic squid. Let me click the raid button and get this thing going. Oh man. Start the raid. Starting now. You guys hang in there for a little bit. All right, raiding now. Thanks again for being here.
I might, oh, there it is. There it is. It's Sean.